Hi there, it's Dina from IDon'tGetItTutoring.com. In today's lesson, we're going to be solving in terms of variables, meaning our answer is going to be all letters. Oof, isn't that a little scary? We're doing math, but we're working with letters. So let's get into it. It's more simple than you think. Okay, so we already know how to solve for a number, right? So we have to apply these skills now so we could find the variable. So we know how to do 3x plus 10 equals 28. That's easy, right? Like we had done in a prior lesson, we can do the opposite order of our operation. So we subtract 10 from both sides. 10 cancels, 28 minus 10 is 18. Bring down the 3x equals 18. Divide by 3 because x is being multiplied by 3. 3's cancel out, and then x equals 6. That was easy. We know how to do that. But now we need to learn. There was no 3 and there was no 10. We need to learn how we can solve for x if we have ax plus b equals 28. How would we do that? So x would be what? Would we get a number? Well, our answer is going to be in terms of variables. And when I mean in terms, meaning it's going to be written with variables only. So let's get into it. Let's start off with ax plus b equals 2. Pretty simple, very similar to what kind of formula? The equation of a line. Well, now we know that with this, it's a little scary, right? It's only letters. So let's talk about our goal. We have to solve, once, like I said earlier, in terms, in letters. We're not looking for a number. We're trying to find almost a shortcut to x. Meaning, if I did a specific order with these variables, then I would get x immediately. If I took these numbers and I multiplied them and divided them and added them and subtracted them in a certain way, I wouldn't even need to solve. I would just get what x equals right away. So we're going to use the same steps as if we were to solve for a regular equation. And what is that? We're going to reverse the operations. Okay, so what is being done to x here? So you could see first it's being multiplied by a, and then 2, you're adding b to it. So our operations, in the order that they occurred to x originally, first multiplying by a, then 2, we're adding b. Now, to reverse them, we're going to first subtract b, because it's the opposite of addition, and then we're going to not multiply, but divide by a. So with that rewritten, and just move this over. Okay, let's write the equation again and then try. Ax plus b equals 2. So first we have to subtract b from both sides. Positive b minus b, when you subtract the number from itself, it's always equal to 0, so it cancels. And then we have 2 minus b. Now we don't have a number for that, and that's okay. We are going to leave it as 2 minus b. Ax is equal to 2 minus b. And that's okay if we leave it like that. Once again, like I said, we are not looking for a number. We're just looking for a different way to get to x. So, okay, we subtracted b. Now we have to divide by a on both sides. So let's divide by a. The a cancels out here. And this side right here can't be simplified anymore. So that's okay. We're just leaving it as 2 minus b over a. And that's our answer right here. It looks weird, but it's right. You can't simplify it anymore unless another variable is defined. Meaning, unless we're given a value for b or a, we can't simplify this anymore. There's nothing else we can do to make this smaller. So that's it. That's our answer. That wasn't so scary, right? Now, you guys got a little lucky with this example. Gave you guys a 2. Let's try doing this with no numbers at all. But following the steps, it shouldn't even be a problem, as if the number wasn't even there in the first place. So I'm going to give you something a little more complex this time. This time I'm going to do a little something like this. Whoa, really complex, right? Not so much. It's not that bad. Okay, so what is being done to x? A lot of steps. So first we can see that we are adding h to x because that's right next to x. After that, what's next? We are multiplying by c. And then after that, we are dividing by d. That's the next order. And then finally, we are subtracting s. Now, to reverse these, first we're going to add s, then we're going to multiply by d, then we're going to divide by c, and then finally, we're subtracting h. So, let's get into it. First, let's add s. Add s on both sides. These s's cancel, and now we have c times x plus h divided by d equals y plus s. Okay, first step done. Next, we're multiplying by d on both sides. This d and that d cancel out, so now we have c times x plus h equals d times y plus s. We don't need to do distributive property. You could just leave it as is. Okay. Step 2 is done. Now, let's divide by c on both sides. These c's cancel out. X plus h equals d times y plus s over c. Ooh, a lot of numbers. And now for our final step Step 3 done. On to step 4. We have to subtract by h. So subtract by h on both sides. These h's cancel. X equals d times y plus s divided by c, all of that minus h. That's your answer. The x over here can be found this way as well. So that concludes our lesson today in solving in terms of variables with all letters. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching and good luck. Bye.